Hello everybody, and we have a new release of something for the Legends for Vox Machina. And as you know, you've heard it time and time again, I somehow managed to bring up D&D every opportunity in every video because I'm passionate about it, and Critical Role was my diving in point. So I'm currently catching up with Campaign 1. I'm at episode 55 as it stands, and it is a whirlwind. I'm so excited to see it come to life. I'm doing my best to catch up on it as much as possible before the release. And I'm probably about to enter spoiler land watching what I'm about to watch, but you know what? It's heckin' worth it because I'm friggin' excited. All right, you guys, it's time to roll the dice. Did I stop this video and take some time to make this area aesthetic while you watch the video with me? Absolutely, I did. Worth it. 10 out of 10. Cool.
When we first played through this
Sam!
campaign, we would have never imagined that we would get some of these names to be voices on our show.
I mean, I feel like a broken record.
Matt!
I just keep fanboying over the actors who are playing these characters, but I'm a fanboy for all the actors who are playing these characters. Ah.
Roll the Laura Bailey.
I can't believe these people are working on this
Ashley
show.
Johnson.
It's an interesting circumstance to be developing the animated series where I created and performed so many of these characters, and then now we have the opportunity to bring them to life. And I should not play all of them. I am genuinely really excited for and have been excited
He's a very
to
talented
find the
voice
right
actor.
people to breathe life into
I
these
love
characters
Matt.
in ways that I never could.
Just like the player
Marisha.
characters, all of these NPCs that you've seen, they have a piece of Matt in them. They feel like friends. So when we were casting it, there has been that deep amount of levels of consideration to make sure that they will truly be the exact perfect fit.
Part of us will always want Matt to voice every old
Bet
man, woman,
it's
child,
Liam.
but it's
Liam.
been surreal to hear the guests we've had come
Resident
in
sad
and bring
boy.
some of these long cherished characters to life.
One of those NPCs that is beloved by all is Sean.
Where'd I go?
Gilmore's glorious goods. And
Oh, I
after
love
a lot
Gil-
of back and forth
Oh.
with Matt, Matt himself was actually the one that was very adamant about allowing someone else to take a shot at this beloved
Yes.
character.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to make sure that his importance to the story was given the care that it deserved.
Yeah.
We really wanted to find somebody who is funny and still full of life, and I think we found
She's
it.
a ray of
Sunil
sunshine.
Malhotra has done an incredible job of portraying Gilmore.
Sean Gilmore is, in my imagination, a naughty, sexy, mischievous cat.
Okay.
If he's not
Yeah, he
selling
is.
his wares, he's selling himself.
Yes.
Sunil brings playfulness, charisma, respect.
I feel very close to Gilmore. Just full of energy and life and verve. That is like hand in glove for me.
He is bringing a very unique flair and passion to the role, and is really good at hooking a finger under Vax's chin still.
What we ended up with was enough of Matt's version of the character that we still recognize him as the Gilmore that we fell in love with, but
Yeah.
this new spin, a new take that has an authenticity that we could not have gotten
my
if Matt had played the character.
Oh my
The
God.
voice really hits
Allison,
everything that you want.
our
out of
resident
Gilmore. I'm
goth.
quite pleased.
As Matt painted it, Exandria is such a broad, diverse,
I've already got tears in
crazy
my eyes.
place filled with all kinds of voices from around the realm. And to populate that with voice actors who aren't just the main 8 cast members of Critical Role
okay.
was always a big goal of
Mercy.
ours, to
They-
make this
they all
world
look so
feel
beautiful.
expansive and real.
This show is a great big stew of unbelievable casting choices and people that you have been
By the way,
rooting for
not a
and knew
kid's
were gonna be
show.
part of it.
At
We're
all.
blessed with choice when it comes to extremely talented people that happen to be friends of ours. And so there have been opportunities in the series to have people like Kari Payton.
Not unfamiliar to Critical Role fans for his portrayal as Shikasta.
Yes,
or
I love
in
Shikasta.
Undeadwood. Sovereign Uriel is a huge
I love
part, which
watching
meant
him
that
on the
we
one
needed a
shots.
huge voice. Kari Payton was someone that we turned to for that, and he delivered instantly. He has a level of regality to his voice that you just can't ignore.
Yes.
He just
You
brings
cannot.
so much weight and integrity to Uriel, and gives it even more character than I would have imagined.
We're trying with some of the casting to make sure that everybody you want to hear who's been a part of the family sneaks in there every now
I
and
love
then.
it.
Felicia Day is a perfect example of someone you will hear rattling around Tal'Dorei.
Well, you'll hear her doing her level best to defend Emon against its enemies in a few of the early episodes.
For Emon, as one!
We would not be here without Felicia Day. She took a chance on us, she saw the possibility, and
Bet.
we knew that we wanted to use her.
We also have people that we have known and love, such as Bobby Hall.
Okay, we'll take you in. But the bear waits outside.
Good old Bobby Hall got to play some guards in some of the earlier episodes.
He blew us away. He was phenomenal.
Also stepping up for a character favorite from the Vox Machina campaign is Eugene Bird as Jarrett. Jarrett got a new
Oh my
role
gosh,
in this
okay.
show. He is now a captain of the Arms of Emon in the animated series.
I think Jared is one of the coolest characters in the campaign.
Jared is the kind of guy that you need to prove it to him. You need to prove it to
Oh
him
my
more
God.
than a few times.
Please.
Eugene is like such a wonderful human being and
Oof.
such a wonderful person. He was in Gears of War with me and I was so excited.
I have nonstop
General
tears.
Krieg is a character from our early home game days that some fans may not be super familiar with, but he did reside on the Council of Tal'Dorei, and we had to turn to a big voice for his
Oh
character.
yeah, who'd you get?
Hello, my name is David Tennant, and
Oh my
I'm
God!
General
Number
Krieg.
10!
David Tennant's our show? What?
Being able to bring him on board to bring an NPC like Krieg to life, a pre-stream NPC. So he really is the one that brings it to life for the community as well for the first time.
I can't believe you made it out alive.
He was so excited
I
to be part
love
of this
David
project because he had
Oh my
seen
God.
the path that it took.
I think it's fantastic. I think this is how all shows should be pitched. They should all start in somebody's front room and end up on television. Why
Oh
not?
Knowing what that character is going to be required to do,
Yeah.
David was fantastic
Yeah.
to work with.
We've also had guest appearances by Tony Hale.
A Veep
I'm a
fame
mess.
is our Fence. He transformed into this slimy, scheming
I'm a
Fence
mess.
so brilliantly.
Playing the head cleric is
Aw,
Anjali Bhamani.
yeah.
Her dulcet tones matched perfectly with the character.
Anjali.
Don't want to forget Cassandra DeRollo, sister of Percy, played by Esme Creed Miles. The Tavern
Oh.
Keeper, which was a fan-created character, voiced by Mason Alexander Park, who was incredible. They
Okay.
knocked it out of the booth. The goddess voice of the Everlight is Tracy Toms, incredible voice, incredible
Okay.
performer.
And One Punch Man himself,
I'm not quite
Max
familiar with
Mittelman as
everybody,
Desmond, the coachman for
because
the
I'm not
devious
super far
Briarwoods.
along.
Bryn, who is a brand new character to the series, is voiced by Stacey Raymond. Also in the Whitestone crew as Keeper Yenin, we have Gina Torres.
Gee, they
The
got
first
Gina
take
Torres.
of her is really someone of great calm and spirituality, but she has a much greater agenda. She also has a
Oh.
couple of tricks up her sleeve,
I am-
which make her a badass.
When it came to the character of Archibald Desney, we made some changes to the character overall and also wanted to push this young rebel leader with a voice print that we thought would do it justice. We're big fantasy fans, so again, in Shooting for the Moon, we reached out to Dominic Monaghan, and he said yes.
No
Archibald
way.
is a kind of buccaneering, swarthy
Yes.
man of short stature.
Uh-huh.
He tends to let
Yep.
his fists and his axe do the talking.
He just sounds like such a
So
badass
excited.
dwarf.
Yeah,
we need
he
to make
does.
our next move count. Gather every able-bodied fighter in Whitestone.
But we have a hobbit on our show. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Also, Stephen Root. We are huge fans of his, from everything from Office Space to Barry.
Uh-huh.
The way that he chews and works with his words gave a whole new shape to the character of Anders.
Tick tock, you're wasting time.
Vedmeyer
Oh.
also cuts an extremely intimidating profile, and we knew with a half giant of his size, we needed a voice to match it. You can't go wrong with Royer McCann, the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Dr. Anna Ripley is another one of the Briarwood henchmen that
Yeah.
we knew we needed to bring to life. And Kelly Hu does an incredible job of that.
Don't play dumb. It won't end well for you.
Oh my.
God, Kelly is a villain.
Yeah.
It's a really, really sharp performance.
So two of the NPCs that obviously jumped to our mind in the beginning was Lady Allura Vysoren and
Yes.
obviously Lady Kima of Vord. Big shoes, big characters, beloved by all. And we quickly turned to an angelic voice from Game of Thrones, Indira Varma, for
Oh my,
Lady Allura
Indira's
Vysoren.
She has
perfect.
this grace and this prim quality to her.
I must
Absolutely.
object, Sir Finch. We don't even know what the creature is. Demon? Elemental? And how do you propose we capture it?
She was able
With
to deliver
love.
this very delicate, soft, but powerful dialogue.
I love you, Matt. I love your voice as Allura, but it's so
Yeah.
amazing
For her to come to
hear
life.
The woman come to life.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then her partner in crime, Kima
Yep.
of Vord, played by the incredibly funny Stephanie Beatriz.
She has just the perfect cadence and the
They got
perfect deadpan delivery, and just
I'm not even
nails
surprised,
it with
but
her
I'm just
total
so
disdain
I'm
for the
but I'm still
entire
surprised.
Group of Vox Machina.
She's large and in charge,
Yes.
even though she's under 4 feet tall.
Yes.
Stephanie is a fantastic badass.
Yes, she
of the
is.
utmost variety.
Yes.
Playing a badass is an internal thing. It
Yeah.
is about the space that you've decided that you take up. It isn't about how small or big you are.
She just like got it immediately and sounds exactly like I pictured Kima sounding.
While I miss Matt as Lady Kima, I'm pretty happy with who we got.
Right.
Another immensely talented voiceover actress, the illustrious Grey Griffin. She is our Delilah Briarwood.
Oh my gosh.
Villains, I've been playing them for decades, and they're just so deliciously wonderful to play.
Delilah is a very complicated villain.
I liken her to sort of like a big cat. I'll kill you when I'm feeling like it, but right now I'm just having fun.
She grasped so many facets of the subtlety and that brimming intensity.
I
and
can't
threat,
wait.
while
I
still
want to hear
keeping
it
that
so bad.
cordial, presentery upper crust.
She relishes in the villainous aspect.
But
she really gets
just like
the heart of Delilah.
She does do horrible, horrible things,
Yes.
but it's all in the name of love, so
For sure.
you have to root for her just a little bit.
Yes.
We also have the talented Darren DePaul joining us as Kyrian Stonefell.
He's grotesque, he's evil, he's disgusting, he
What?
is a mess. So I'm sure we're like, of course, Darren. He's disgusting, he's evil, he's a mess. We've got to make it him.
Darren is, I'm not convinced is human. He can make creatures come out of him that don't really make sense.
Nobody's going to get into that part of the basement of their voice like Darren can.
Death to the Derolers! There's the great joy in playing someone who just doesn't give a damn.
Right. Yes.
Watching this
the
universe
art
come
come
to
to
life,
life.
it's bigger and more complex than I even imagined.
Amazing.
These are
This is something we
adult
all
stories, adult
dream about,
themes,
right?
And because it's animated, it means
Our
that you can do
fantasies
so
coming to
much
life.
more.
This is incredible.
Anything that you can think of, anything that you can dream up, that can be brought to life in the world of animation.
Who would have thought that we would get to tell these stories in this medium? And people aren't ready for how vibrant and exciting it looks.
It's very like those cartoons that you watched as a kid. It kind of reeks of nostalgia, but with swear words.
Right,
And
yes.
what could be better?
Nothing.
It feels like
Nothing could
our
be better.
little group is just starting to expand and grow.
For many, many years, this was truly a world that only existed in a handful of people's imagination.
It feels like these characters that we have lived with for years now have been given new life.
The fact that there are all these critters who are invested in this means that, fuck, it needs to be seen, it needs to be made.
Yes.
This is because of you, and I know this brings tears to my eyes. It's kind of an amazing thing.
Indulge and engage with this moment that you helped create, because without you, it would not have been.
Knowing that the Legend of Vox Machina was creator made from top to bottom, there's a certain magic to that I don't think you can get anywhere else.
People say stuff like, this is your world, you created this stuff. Like, I, to a degree, helped to facet it, but I am one of many storytellers in this. Me and all the players at the table, and the community that watch this, and all these artists, developers, and designers. This is a continued expansion of that collaboration, and collaboration is key. This isn't my world anymore. This is our world.
Roll. Critical. Roll the die. The adventure begins. They're always beside you. Your nerdy best friends. The DM to guide you. I am so excited. So D&D came to me during a time where I felt very alone and stifled creatively. I felt like I had lost my imagination and the want to have fun dreams, and I was only focused on putting one foot in front of another. Like, I got pretty beaten down for a while, and it just, the whole D&D community, I've made so many beautiful friends through it, and it helped me embrace myself. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Just a few more days until episode 1. I am so incredibly excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, and I will see you Saturday on my Twitch channel if you come join me for some D&D. If not, post highlights here, and I cut down the 5 to 6 hours to about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much lore we get or how much fun I'm having. So, until next time, I love your faces. We're gonna do 1d20 roll for how the rest of our week is gonna go. And by rest of the week, it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, I play D&D on Saturday. So, like, what's the worst that could happen? A 17.